By the way, I was just talking to somebody about P-Brane's excellent video, and it is excellent. I think he nailed it. But I also know that if you're unconvinced of the Earth being flat, you may not think so. And some of you just don't. And I do understand that. But I pray you'll bear with me here. So, again, P-Brane was arguing that if the Earth was spinning the way spherical theorists have told us it is, water would be flying off, spinning off, sloshing all over the place. Now, some of you want to say, but water does slosh around. We have the rising and falling of the tides, we have storms, we have tidal waves. What are you talking about? To that, I would simply say those don't even come close to what we would be experiencing if, again, we were living on an 8,000 mile diameter sphere spinning at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. It would be way worse than this. And he shows pictures of still water. We have plenty of still water on the Earth. Yes, we have storms. Yes, we have the rising and falling of the tides. But that doesn't even come close to what we would be seeing if we were on that spinning planet. Not for one moment, in my opinion. Now, some of you might say, well, not in my opinion. And everyone is entitled to their opinion, but the challenge I would give you is, don't you want your opinion to be true? Because what P-Brane was saying is true. And so, and again, he argues that if we were spinning around like that, the water would be flying off, sloshing. This should be a sort of a continuous whirlpool, which we just don't see. But then he brings in, not only is there that supposed spinning, but then there's that supposed orbit around the sun. So those two in combination, that would cause even more sloshing about. And I was thinking, not only does he have a mega point when it comes to the water, what about the air? Now, I do have to say, I do consider it silly that people don't just admit that if we were surrounded by a vacuum of space, it would vacuum the air right off anyway. So really, this is a moot point in my mind, but some of you don't want to think that the vacuum of space would vacuum the Earth dry of any air because you believe in gravity. And you think gravity would save you. And that grieves me, but I know what it's like to have a mind of my own and think what I want to think. But I'm not granting you that. I'm simply saying, seeing as you seem to require even more proof than the vacuum of space, well, air is even more fluid than water. So if the water would be sloshing all over the place, just imagine what the air would be doing. Again, not only from the spinning supposed spherical planet, spinning at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, but then combined with its orbit around the sun, that would wreak havoc on the air. Again, it would just be vacuumed clean by the vacuum of space, but seeing as people seem to require even more proof than that, which I do consider silly, but the air would be just absolutely going nuts. Absolutely crazy. Constant vortex, constant whirl, this vortex of air, and it would be such utter mayhem. And okay, so some of you might say, "Whoa, come on! You think we don't have hurricanes and tornadoes, tsunamis?" We do. but not all the time. I'm talking about a constant, never-ending rush of air that would never stop. And it would also go in undulations, and let's just say we would not be experiencing what we experience on this earth. Plenty of still water, plenty of still calm air, even the calm after a storm. There would be no such thing as calm after any storm. It would just be one continuous, never-ending storm, at least in my opinion. And so once again, thank you, P-Brane, for putting it out there. And I can only imagine what people have had to say to your video, but you did nail it, and God knows that. And may God richly bless and reward you for your excellent work. Good night. Good night, also known as good morning.